Francis Ford Coppola's The Godfather is universally acknowledged as one of the most influential films in cinema history. Released in 1972, it redefined the gangster genre with its operatic storytelling, complex characters, and authentic portrayal of the mafia. Alongside its equally acclaimed sequels, The Godfather Part 2, 1974, and Part 3, 1990, the saga of the Corleone family has become a towering cultural icon. Yet, buried in the annals of television history is a lesser-known chapter, a forgotten miniseries that stitched the films together into one epic and included 75 minutes of footage most fans have never seen. A cinematic experiment ahead of its time. In 1977, just 5 years after The Godfather's debut, NBC aired a special 4-night miniseries called The Godfather Saga. Conceived by Coppola and longtime editor Barry Malkin, the saga fused The Godfather and The Godfather Part 2 into a single chronological narrative, beginning with young Vito Corleone's rise in early 20th century New York and culminating in Michael Corleone's dark consolidation of power. The broadcast wasn't just a repackaging, it was a unique reimagining. To raise funds for Apocalypse Now, Coppola agreed to this ambitious project, and in doing so, reshaped the Corleone saga into an almost 8-hour event that altered the structure, tone, and experience of the original films. From the saga to the epic to HBO, the many versions. Following its 1977 broadcast, The Godfather Saga was re-released several times under various titles. 1981, The Godfather 1902 to 1959, the complete epic, trimmed down to 386 minutes and presented without commercial breaks. 1990, The Godfather, the epic 1901 to 1959, aired primarily in Europe and expanded back to 423 minutes. 2016, Mario Puzo's The Godfather, the complete epic 1901 to 1959, HBO offered a remastered version with minor edits and cuts. Each iteration presented a slightly different experience, but they all retained one thing in common: the inclusion of roughly 75 minutes of deleted scenes, many of which had never been seen before. What was new? The deleted scenes that shined. Among the treasure trove of unseen moments, several scenes stand out as true gems. Sonny's early leadership. A deleted scene shows Sonny Corleone swiftly stepping into leadership after Vito's near-fatal shooting. He discusses strategy with his wife, revealing a more thoughtful, calculating side often overshadowed by his hot-headed reputation. Michael's revenge in Sicily. After Apollonia's death by car bomb, Michael hunts down Fabrizio, his former bodyguard turned betrayer, and exacts revenge. This powerful moment of personal justice was cut from the original films, but adds emotional depth to Michael's transformation. A father and son reunited. In a rare scene between Marlon Brando's Vito and Al Pacino's Michael, the two discuss their family's future following Michael's return from Sicily. It's a poignant, intimate moment that further cements the legacy being passed from one dawn to the next. The price of television. What was lost? While the added content was thrilling for fans, the move to network television came at a cost. NBC had to censor much of the violence, language, and adult content that gave the films their raw power. Graphic deaths, such as those of Luca Brasi, Sonny, and Don Fanucci, were trimmed or softened. Moments of emotional and thematic intensity were dulled for a wider, more regulated audience. Moreover, the decision to present Part 2 chronologically removed the film's signature dual narrative structure, which artfully contrasted the lives of Vito and Michael. While a linear timeline made the story easier to follow, it stripped away the rich parallels that gave Part 2 its emotional resonance. Why The Godfather saga disappeared. Despite its ambition, The Godfather saga didn't achieve the long-term success of its cinematic counterparts. When it aired, The Godfather was still a relatively new phenomenon, and fans were more attached to the original theatrical cuts. The critics were lukewarm, noting that while the added footage was fascinating, the censored edits and structural changes weakened the story's impact. Additionally, the saga was difficult to access in later years. Home video versions were rare and costly, and streaming platforms didn't pick it up until HBO briefly made it available in 2016. Today, unless you're a diehard fan or a media collector, you've likely never seen this forgotten piece of Godfather history. Legacy of a lost masterpiece. While Coppola's original trilogy remains untouched as a cinematic triumph, the Godfather saga deserves recognition as an ambitious experiment in storytelling. It may not be the definitive way to experience the rise and fall of the Corleone Empire, but it offers a fascinating alternate lens, one that expands the narrative, explores new angles, and adds texture to an already rich world. More than anything, the Godfather saga serves as a reminder that even legendary films have hidden corners worth exploring, and that sometimes the deleted scenes are just as compelling as the ones that made the final cut. Movie camera YouTube tags, in bracket. The Godfather saga, Godfather deleted scenes, Francis Ford Coppola, The Godfather miniseries, Godfather 1977 NBC, The Godfather complete epic, The Godfather trilogy, Michael Corleone deleted scene, Sonny Corleone deleted scene, Godfather Apollonia Revenge, The Godfather HBO version, Godfather Part 2 chronological, Godfather unseen footage, Barry Malkin editing, Godfather saga explained, Mario Puzo, rare Godfather scenes, The Godfather history, Coppola director's cut, Godfather miniseries. Breakdown: The Godfather TV version, Godfather censorship, Godfather alternate cut, Forgotten Godfather miniseries, Vito and Michael deleted scene,